All right, so I'm getting ready to go live here. Well, I am live, but I'm going live in my business group on Facebook. I'm live on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. But today I'm going to be talking about how to how to get money quick into your business. All right, so going live a little early today because I have a previous engagement. And let me pull up my notes. Let's go live into Facebook group here. So there's a couple ways to really generate money very, very quickly for a business. All right. A lot of people spend a lot of money. There's almost nothing more wasted than marketing dollars, because a lot of times people don't know how to market. So they'll spend an insane amount of money on ads, and ads don't really bring in the money that you need if you're not doing the other things. So we're going to be talking about how to generate an income quickly for your business once I get this camera going. All right, excuse me for the delay. There we go. All right. Okay. Testing. Okay. All right, we have our Tuesday live show. Okay. All right, just give me a couple more minutes here. Okay, Tuesday live show. All right, we are live. Okay, so welcome to the Tuesday night show. All right, so today we're going to be talking about, this is a question that I got earlier that I actually get all of the time. Okay. All right, how do I get calls into my business today? Okay, so I've been in business for 21 years, and I've done pretty much everything that you could do to try to get calls to my business. Everything from door knocking to running radio ads to running Facebook ads, Google ads, door hangers, Chamber of Commerce meetings, BNI meetings, posting on Facebook, posting on Instagram. I've done it all, and I've learned a lot of big lessons, wasted a ton of money. All right, so what I want to talk to you today is in this show, and welcome everyone, and thank you so much for being a part of the Facebook group. Thank you so much for being a part of the community. I hope that you learned something from a lot of the videos that I'm posting. Every Tuesday night from 6:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am going live to try to add to the community, to try to teach what I know. So someone asked me today, what's the quickest way to get jobs on the schedule? Okay, so we're HVAC companies, plumbers, electricians, and it's not always easy to get jobs on the schedule. And sometimes it's fairly expensive, and we don't know what to do because we don't want to waste money and throw money at every marketing company that says they're going to 10x our leads or fill our calendar by tomorrow or get us in the #1 Google spot. So we don't really know who to trust. We really don't know what to do. And here's my answer for this is you don't want to spend any money on any type of ad or any type of search engine optimization or anything until you truly understand marketing yourself. Okay. There's a saying, we've all said it, is to get the low-hanging fruit, right? If I need an apple and there's 10 apples right there within reach at the bottom of the tree, why would I go and try to reach for the apples at the top of the tree? Go for the ones that are right there first. Grab an apple, eat it. And when you run out of the low-hanging fruit, then you go for the ones up there. And that's the same thing with marketing. So there's a couple things that you need to do that you can do first before you even consider any of these other things. And there's a couple things that you can do really to turn your business around very quickly if you're slow or you can't get customers or what some people call leads. There's a way to fill your calendar very quickly. All right. I'm going to get into that. I have the top 10 things right here in front of me. One of the things that we have to remember is our destiny is in our own hands, first of all. Okay. And we can turn our business around really quickly doing 4 things. Okay. We're not going to talk about these 4 things, but I do want to mention them. If you have a cash flow problem right now, a lot of people say, what can I do to get customers right now because it's really slow and I'm nervous and I'm scared that I'm not going to have any money, that I'm not going to have any jobs. Okay. That could be a question that's not truly about marketing. So I always say, if you need cash flow, the quickest ways to turn around your business, first off, is your pricing. You have to make sure your pricing is right. There's 4 moves that you can do. It's called FRAP: frequency, referrals, average ticket, and price. If you can move one of those 4 things, you can turn around your company really quickly. And we start backwards because if you can work on your pricing and make sure your pricing is correct, you can actually do less work for less customers and make the same amount of money and sometimes more money. Okay, so if you need cash flow, the first thing you need to do is look at your pricing. All right, we'll talk about that later. I have a FRAP 5-day class coming up really soon, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, now let's talk about the top 10 things that you can do to really fill up the calendar. And we're going to talk about these things. These are free things. These are apples right in front of you. This is the low-hanging fruit right in front of you. You don't need anyone else to do it for you. As a matter of fact, it's your responsibility to do this until you can get to a point to where you can hand this off. Okay. All right. Now, for those of you that are saying that you shouldn't be doing any of this, I agree, because if you're an owner, you don't want to give yourself a job. But this is for those people who don't have the budget yet to market themselves, or they don't know where to even start. Okay, so number 1, the first thing to do is to build up and work on your Google business profile. The Google business profile or the Google listing is the most powerful listing on the internet. Okay. Google pretty much owns the internet still, even with ChatGPT. A lot of people saying it's the Google killer and all that. Well, they're calling it the Google killer because Google is on top. Google is still on top, and it will be on top for the foreseeable future. So that's what we need to be worried about right now. If you don't have any jobs on your calendar or things are slow, don't worry about ranking on ChatGPT. Right now, Google is still king. Worry about that. Okay, so you have to make sure that you're populating your Google business profile with as many photos of your work as you can, as many videos of your work as you can. And I'm not talking about just funny memes or stuff like that. Not that. All you really need is photos of you working on an AC unit, photos of your trucks, photos of your uniforms. Get as many up there as possible. I have over 2,000 photos on my Google business profile, right? Because it just upload. The more you upload to your Google listing, if you do it often, Google recognizes that. That's why Google is always trying to encourage you to add photos. They're telling you what they like. They're telling you what they want. So starting tomorrow, make sure that you add some photos. So add some photos tomorrow. That's your homework, okay? Make sure the listing is completely filled out. It's pretty simple. You can pay someone to do it, but you really don't have to at the beginning, all right? At the beginning, if you don't know where to start, just upload some photos and make sure the thing is filled out. Make sure that your phone number, your name, your address is on there. Make sure you have good photos on there. Because when people need your services, the first thing they're going to do is go to Google. And there's some psychological things that happen when people are looking through the listings. And a lot of times it's not conscious. When they're going through your listings and the photos look good, the branding looks good, the colors look good, the people look friendly, a lot of times that's where they're making their choice. Okay, so go fill that out. Google business profile is first. Number 2, if you're looking for customers to fill your schedule, there's a pretty good chance you already have customers that are ready to buy from you, okay? The customers that you're looking for are in your customer list. So if you've done right now at the time of this video, it's August, middle of August. You've been working, if you're an HVAC company, plumbing, electrical, you've been working vigorously for the last couple of months. So you have at least, if you just started a month ago or 2 months ago, you at least have a month or 2 months worth of customers. Those are the people you want to call first. If you've been in business for a few years or a decade, you're in an even better position. They hired you before, they'll hire you again. So that's probably the quickest way to get business. Run a seasonal campaign. Now is the time to start messaging those customers. You can text them. Now with a lot of these softwares, these CRMs, they have it built in where you can text your customers. If you have a question, please put it in the chat. I'm checking the chats here on my left and on my right. Okay, so a lot of the softwares have the ability to text your customers. But if you need jobs immediately, the absolute quickest way is to call those customers. Call them, give them a call, ask them what their needs are. A lot of times if you get on the phone with a customer, they'll mention something. They might say, hey, while I got you on the phone, my AC has been making this noise. They just haven't gotten around to calling, or they haven't thought about it. Don't shoot these ideas down. I know what we like to do, because when fear comes in, when procrastination comes in, for example, procrastination can come in many forms. And sometimes the form procrastination comes in when we don't want to do something, is we shoot the idea down. We'll say something like, well, I don't want to call people because I don't want to bother them. That might be just you procrastinating, or that might be your fear talking. Well, I don't want to call my customers because I'm not good on the phone. And we just sit there and we shoot ideas down over and over. Okay? Calling your customers works. All right? So I'm checking the chat. I have no questions yet. All right. Number 3, neighborhood Facebook group posting. There has never been a better time in the world. When I started my business 20 years ago, there was no Facebook. There was barely YouTube. It had just started, but I think it had 1 or 2 videos on it, right? Now we have local groups. When you think about, where are my customers hanging out? Where are they? Okay. They're on Facebook. Have you walked around anywhere, the mall, Walmart, Target, church, you see people looking down at their phones? Where are they? What are they looking down at? Probably Facebook, probably Instagram, probably TikTok, probably YouTube, okay? You need to be on there. Facebook specifically, groups have exploded. Any town, if you can name a town, I don't care if you're in San Antonio, I don't care if you're in Houston, I don't care if you're in Raleigh, you have probably 10 or 20 local Facebook groups. San Antonio Moms Group, Houston Mechanics Group, whatever. These are people that live in your town. Be in those groups. But don't just show up as a person in the group. Show up as a company. Make sure you have your shirt. Make sure you're in front of your van. Make sure that you're posting helpful info. And don't just post. Make sure you comment when people are asking for certain things. When people are saying, I'm in search of this, or does anyone know where the local museum is, or this and that. Make sure you post under your account, helping people find resources because they're interacting with your brand. If you are showing up on a consistent basis as a business, then when you ask for things, people will want to help you, okay? So Facebook groups, that's low-hanging fruit, okay? All right. Targeted customer reactivation. What is that? What does that mean? I talked about this earlier. Texting your customer base. They're there. The software is there. You're already paying for it. I guarantee you 9 out of 10 people that are watching this are not running their business off of pen and paper. You're running your business through some sort of CRM, and that CRM probably has a way of emailing or texting your customers. If you don't know how to do it, reach out to me, put something in the comments, and I will teach you how to do that, okay? All right. Local networking. This is one that a lot of people miss, and unfortunately, in the trades, we have a lot of people that don't like to interact. right? You get into the trades because you want to work on something. You don't like crowds. You don't like talking to people. You're probably an introvert. Well, guess what? Doesn't matter. If you need jobs on the schedule, someone has to network. And networking is probably the most powerful way to generate really strong, powerful relationships. Every city has a chamber of commerce, and the chamber of commerce meets usually multiple times per month. People are drinking coffee together. People are at restaurants together. They're at local baseball games together. And they're forging relationships with one another. And those relationships turn into referrals. People are in conversations all the time at their church. They're in conversations when they're hanging out with their friends, and they could be talking about you and referring you, but you have to put yourself out there. You have to go to these networking meetings. And this is what happens. This is why big companies tend to market more. A lot of people say, well, the big companies are busy because they have more money to run ads. It's not always true. It's true a lot of times, but most of the time, there are people in that company that are dedicated in carving out time to do things like network locally. Have you ever seen those 40 under 40 things that magazines have? Do you know what the purpose of that is? It's not just to say, hey, I'm 40 under 40. That's a networking way of putting their business out there, right? The newspaper is getting those people to share, and they're sharing that and saying, hey, Michael Johnson from Acme Heating and Air is 40 under 40. It's just another way to network, okay? But if you're busy with your head down fixing machines or fixing electrical and you say, I don't have time to go to networking meetings, then you're going to be missing out, okay? All right, let me check the chat. I don't see any questions in the chat. Okay. All right. Urgent direct mail or door hangers, okay? I don't believe direct mail is a quick way to generate customers, but it is definitely something you want to be doing. Now, I don't believe in direct mail as far as, and we're talking about postcards. As a matter of fact, I have a bunch of postcards here over on my right, but I don't believe in sending 10,000 postcards one time. That doesn't work. It's better, and it's even more budget friendly, to pick a small group of houses, for example, 200 houses in a neighborhood, and mail one postcard to those 200 houses once a month for 12 months. Now, these 200 people are all getting your postcard once a month. They're interacting with your brand, and they're remembering you, because most people are 8 months away from needing to hire you, especially if you're in the home services trade. If you're an HVAC person, within 8 months, they're probably going to need an HVAC person, and you're going to want to be having touches with them where they're seeing your brand for the previous 8 months so that they call you when they need you, okay? That's called what I call puddle jumping, okay? You can jump up and down in the ocean and not really make an impact, but if you jump up and down in a puddle, you're going to make a lot of waves. So instead of sending postcards to 10,000 people in your town, just send it to 200 people. Pick one neighborhood, small number of homes. Postcards are about $1 a piece. That's $200 per month. And hit those same homes once a month for 12 months or 2 times a month for 6 months. And then put yard signs at the entrances of those neighborhoods. And then put door hangers in that same neighborhood. Now you are huge in that neighborhood. You're doing what the massive companies can do over the entire town, but you're doing it in one neighborhood of 200 to 300 people or 400 people, whatever you can afford. You're sending direct mail to them twice a month for 6 months. You're knocking on their door with your shirt, your lanyard, and you're hanging door hangers. And yard signs are in the entrances and exits of those neighborhoods. Now you have a mega campaign. Okay? All right. Do we have any questions so far? Doesn't look like it. Okay. All right. A flash sale on social media. What does that mean? Okay. I talked about these local groups. If you have a really strong brand and you've been interacting, you've generated goodwill and you've generated trust. Now you can go on social media and you can say, hey, we're running this special and we only have 3 spots left to give. So the spots run out really quickly. Normally we do this for $300. Now we're doing this for $239, but only for the next 5 people. Okay? Right? Flash sales work. It's why TikTok, I'm live on TikTok here. It's why TikTok Shop, they have flash sales. It works. Okay? All right. A partnership push. What does this mean? What is a partnership? Okay, I told you that there's 4 moves: FRAP, frequency, referrals, average ticket, and price. These are the 4 things that you can typically move to change your business. And referrals is one of those 4 moves. There's 2 ways to get referrals. Okay, 2 big ones. 2 big ones. One is to get referrals from your customers, which a lot of people know about, but they don't do. A lot of times we think we do, but we don't do it intentionally and actively, right? So having an actual referral system in place where your customers know what the referral system is. All of your customers should know what they get when they refer someone to your brand, okay? All right, they should all know. Secondly, you should be asking them for referrals, just like you ask for reviews. A lot of people have gotten more comfortable now knowing that if I ask for reviews, I'll get more reviews than if I hope people leave reviews. So let's take it to the next step and let's start asking for referrals. When the job is done, you say, hey, we're a small family-owned company. We thrive off of referrals. So if you have a friend or a sister or a mother or brother that needs services, please refer us. Okay? Mention it. Let them know what they get for the referrals. You can say something like, and this is, you can say, we used to give thousands of dollars to the mega corporations to run Google ads and Facebook ads, but we decided with what's going on with the economy, our customers can use that money more than the big corporations. So we've decided to give back $25 gift card every time you refer, and it turns into a job. Okay, now I know, now you've incentivized your customers to refer you. The second way to get referrals is to get them from partners. This is what we're talking about, a partnership push. What is a partner referral? If you own an HVAC company, is there another HVAC company in town that can refer back and forth where you can help each other? When you get busy, you can send referrals to them. When they get busy, they can send it to you. That's a strategic alliance. It's very powerful. If you're an HVAC company, can you find a plumber or an electrician? When they're in houses and people ask them, do you know a good HVAC person? They can send them to you. And when you're in a house, when people say, do you know a good electrician? You can send it to them. Find partners. Go to lunch with them. Go to coffee with them. Help build each other's business up. This is what this is about, right? It's about helping people. Okay? All right. Those are, I don't think we got to 10. But those are some things that you can do immediately. You can do right now, okay? These are the kind of things we talk about in our business coaching program. If you're interested in that, the comment is right there. You can see the direct access to that. We meet once per month where we talk about things like this. We do a deeper dive into it because these calls are typically longer. And we have a sales training once per month also. So if you're interested in that, that link to that is right there in the chat. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, I'm going to end the Instagram live. Make sure that you follow me if you're not following me so you can catch me live. I go live every Tuesday night and every Friday morning. All right, I'm going to close the TikTok live here. Make sure that you follow. Oh, you said that you're asking some questions in the YouTube chat. I see you. Okay. All right. Hang on there. Hang on TikTok. I'm going to close this Facebook and this YouTube live. All right. So for those of you that are in the Facebook group, reach out to me if you need me. I'm here for you. I'm just a message away. Thank you for watching.